So let's go ahead and review over who has the most great works, who has the most tourism, who's becoming more influential, what's going on with ideologies, because this is kind of the core of our game right now. So we still have revolutionary waves, but it seems like most of the world has kind of gathered up their happiness and got it to at least the point of positivity, I guess. So Mongolia is at 11 happiness, where as last time we checked, they were at like -4 or something like -9, which is bad because that's where AIs begin to consider, I think, more than likely switching over. So it looks like the order nations will stay alive, the order nations of this world. The freedom nations are doing good, they're doing work because Germany still remains very influential with a lot of great works, and they I think are generating a lot of tourism, clearly. So freedom nations seem to be okay, except for the Iroquois, unfortunately. Assyria's freedom as well. And yes, and everyone else is following autocracy. Everybody else is following autocracy. Whereas the unhappiness, oh, look how close the Huns at only 1. They're barely in the positives in terms of happiness. So are the Shoshone, which makes sense because they're the most expansive. Somehow, I don't know how, but Rome has become influential with somebody. Let's go ahead and check this. Let's go ahead and check the influential category. So yeah, Germany and the Netherlands are tied at 10 apiece here. Everyone else is way too far behind. It's practically nothing. There's no way. I don't think anything. So the Netherlands have 50 tourism. Germany at 44. It looks like William is finally catching up to Bismarck because I think well, it's been like this for a while, but Germany got influential with a lot more civs than usual. Even though they were generating way less tourism than William practically this entire game. I think part of the problem is that Germany adopted freedom and not as many nations follow freedom. So you're not getting as great of bonuses to become influential with some of those nations. The Shoshone are at 2, China at 3. Why is this not? Oh, I have to go here. Yes, so we have the Chinese, Assyria, at 3. Sweden, the Shoshone at 2. Rome and the Huns at 1. Surprisingly, I don't know how the Huns are doing so good. But it's funny because some of these civs that have a lot of tourism, because look at these guys, Rome and Sweden are way down here in terms of tourism, but Sweden's managed to become influential with 2 of them. But you know, obviously there's a lot of different statistics that kind of run into play when it comes to a cultural victory. I mean, just open borders in general, trading routes, and you know, obviously ideologies. All that has a play in the cultural victory. So let's go ahead and check on how the Netherlands are doing. It looks like they're falling with a lot of nations. This is why I'm saying that there probably is not going to be a cultural victory. It probably wouldn't happen until we get closer to a domination victory, which means like you're talking about turn 2000. I'm legitimately serious. I know everyone wants me to go for a domination victory. I always get those comments from you guys. You guys want me to go for a domination victory? I totally get that. I would love to go for a domination victory, but the way I set up these campaigns, it's so much impossible. And I always have to say this. It's impossible. I don't have that much time to be able to invest. I mean, you're talking about 2,000 turns, like literally. Maybe not even that, because we're on Prince. The AI cannot manage, a domination victory. With look, the Shoshone can barely manage this city. They only have like how many capitals? Like 3. So yeah, I mean they can barely manage, and we're seeing, like we talked about, these empires kind of slow down. The big empires slow down. So I don't think a domination victory is even possible. Even if I was able to jump into a time machine and click next turn for 2,000 times, you know, I still won't think a domination victory would happen because the AIs just stop on Prince difficulty. So anyways. And so I think we got the kind of the gist of what's going on. William is doing good, but he's falling with a lot of people, and it's kind of the people that he has differing ideologies. See, that's the big difference maker, and that's probably why Germany is not doing as well as he was before as well. Yeah, but he's getting close. I mean, he's getting close to more and more people. He's getting a lot. Look at all these percentages here. So he's going to become influential with more and more. I don't think he'll win the game by 550. That's for sure, but he'll still get that category in the info addicts in terms of there's a lot of categories he can grab in the info addicts. He can grab great works. He can grab Eiffel Tower built by William. Oh my gosh. He can grab great works. He can grab wonders. He can grab tourism, and he can grab influence. Those are categories that can all go to him. Now that's about dang time. Arabia versus Ethiopia. So dang, that took forever. But Ethiopia doesn't have much of a navy. They're going to have to make an adventure, I guess, across the Red Sea to go and attack Mecca. Now, I believe Arabia is one of those cities, one of the nations that only have one city. I always talk about nations like Poland only have one city, but they actually have a colony out here. you know, all these nations that have, I always forget about these colonies up this way, but Poland is, for instance, one of those nations that look like they only have one city, but they do have a colony in Asia. And that would kind of keep them alive for now. So we'll have to see what happens there. Remember, Morocco just declared war on Portugal. Germany and Portugal just made a peace deal, so that probably is freeing up some kind of war opportunities for Bismarck. The Bismarck AI is probably thinking about more opportunities to go to war, I'm assuming, now that he's... Because I know that kind of... I'm pretty sure that comes into play, how many wars an AI is currently in. So since he freed up that spot, I'm assuming... I think it might be in one more, like a war that's pretty far away. But I know that does have an impact. Okay, what is this? The Celts... The Netherlands have declared war on the Celts. So now the Netherlands wants Iceland. India has joined in on their side, but India is too far away. Ooh. Now, can the Celts do this? With 2 sea beggars, a submarine... Oh, 3 sea beggars. I apologize. Some artillery units. Here's the thing, though. William is going to, and I believe, does he have open borders through Denmark? If he doesn't, he can move around French lands. I'm sure he has open borders through... most people really like William. He's a very likable guy. I get that. In this world, I know a lot of people are on his side. Assyria and Egypt finally made peace. Polynesia and Songhai, I got it right, made peace. So I think I'm curious to see how William kind of goes in for the attack. If he has, I'm sure he has open borders through one of these nations, either Denmark or France. But is he going to send too much over there? And how much is he going to lose attacking Dublin? Yeah, that's all kind of a big deal here. Let's see what he does. I'm very interested to see how he moves. So it's interesting. So William has the first turn in the game. Oh, so he has to go through France, which is fine. It probably won't take him any longer going around the British Isles through the south than it would be through the north. But I just want to see how many troops is he going to send over, first of all, and how many is he going to lose to attack Dublin. Dublin's, I mean, yeah, Dublin has a freaking trebuchet in it. I'm sorry for bashing you here, Celts, but still, I mean, it's still a trebuchet, and it's still a melee attack, or I guess a bombardment from Dublin itself. With a great general. So they can certainly do some damage, especially if you have units embarking, and if the Celtic AI chooses to attack the right unit. We could see William lose a lot of troops here. Although I think they're going to reinforce with their colony from Africa. They might be trying to reinforce a bit here. Lots of different plane movements going on here. What's Ethiopia doing with their attack of Arabia? That's right. So Arabia has a few naval troops, which is actually smart of Ethiopia. Because if Arabia goes and tries to attack this Ethiopian coastal city, they'd probably lose a lot of their ships, which would free up a lot of the Ethiopian army to attack across the Red Sea. Remember, Ethiopia's not getting their unique, their unique bonuses, because Arabia is only at 1 city, whereas Ethiopia is, I think, at like 4 or 5. So Ethiopia gets those unique bonuses by being the smaller nation in a war. They are not going to see that in this game here. Again, Babylon's building up some troops, so we could see Babylon joining in against Arabia. Babylon has freaking crossbowmen still. Surprisingly enough, of all people, the most scientific nations in this world, Babylon and Korea, are still lagging so far behind in technology. So strange. Also, Egypt is a pretty awesome empire too. They've stayed quiet, very, very quiet. I mean, but Thebes is at 28 population, and they've got a lot of units. England is pieced out with the Celts. And it looks like they're at least sending over 1 Great War Infantry. I'm surprised that they're not sending over more. They might, over time, send over more. Everyone wants Iceland. Everybody wants Iceland, but who's gonna take it? I think William could take it, but he's got to send over a lot of units, and he's leaving his capital of Amsterdam really vulnerable. Ooh, Bismarck launched a... He launched. He just launched a attack. They're not even saying... Discovered that the German army is currently marching a surprise attack against another civilization. We do not know which civilization they're targeting. Ooh, who is it? Is it Rome? I don't know if it's Rome or not. But if you're going to attack William, you better wait a few more turns because that would have been better. I don't know. Cristo Redentor, built by perfect by Pedro. Awesome. That is that is historically accurate. Accurate. Okay. Well, good for you. Yeah, grab your wonders. That's cool. That's pretty cool with me. So who is Germany trying to go to war with? Could it be Greece? It could be Greece. Greece only has, pikemen, although they do have privateers. And this frigate would be able to do a lot of damage, but still, and you would be kind of cock-blocked here by Byzantium a bit. because since their borders have grown enough. Who are you going after, Germany? Who are you possibly going after? The Mayan have denounced Korea. Maya, you don't really have a place to stand. You can't really denounce someone they're not doing very good either. You're not doing very good either. Sorry, Mayan, but it's not happening. Let's see. I can't wait to see what happens with Dublin. Elizabeth only has one ship of the line. She probably has enough of an army to protect the British Isles here, but that's about it. Is France and Japan at war? Can't remember. They might be. That might be a thing. I know we saw India kind of mobilizing here, but I guess not. I know it looked like they were possibly considering a war against Genghis Khan, since, remember, he has a very small army right now. He lost a lot to Polynesia. That Polynesian War really messed him up, I think. And he really wasn't able to... Oh, he's still going after it. He's still trying to go after it. I got to give him credit there. How's Ethiopia doing? Yep, so there's going to be a little naval battle in the Red Sea, back and forth. Ethiopia only has... Oh, they have 2 ships, whereas Arabia only has 3, so it's going to be a close match. And they can utilize their artillery units to really help out the Navy in the Red Sea. But if they don't mobilize them to the north, then I don't know if you're going to be able to provide that much more of an advantage at all, really. Okay, so what else do we got? Nothing else. Let's go to the next turn. Trying to figure out who is Germany going to declare war on. They launched a sneak attack. Now, that doesn't always mean it's a for sure war. There are those percentages where sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it's not happening, but it does look like most of their units are going over. They are going this way. They are going towards the west. But I don't think you've left enough time, Bismarck, for William to send over, troops to attack Dublin. If you waited 5 or 6 more turns, another ideology, it's autocracy from Persia. Here come the Inca. Are the Inca are at war with the Celts, right? I think they are. And those are battleships. Oh my gosh. Are they going to take Europe? Now that is something I've been talking about for a while. How awesome would that be to see a civ from the New World, especially because we have mainly these are Native American civs besides Brazil. Could you imagine Native Americans launching an attack on Iceland and grabbing it for themselves? It looks like that's what they're going for. I think the Inca are at war with the Celts, so they might be going up towards maybe Dublin here. Oh my gosh. That's just way too exciting to even think about. Although this would probably stop William's movements to go up towards Dublin as well. It looks like to me that Germany's going to go after William. This is where the Great War Infantry are at. But that is going to be a war that might be too premature. I think there would be no result to this war, but a lot of their armies would both be lost. Opening the door for somebody else, like France even though France still has their musketeers, they're a little bit out of date. Because right now the Huns are preoccupied with Spain. They really want Spain, and they've just finally landed their task force on Iberia. Unfortunately, they're not smart enough to station their units 3 tiles away, but still, I think more than likely Madrid will fall, but that's not for another maybe 10 turns at least. Nothing else has happened besides Augustus entering the modern era. And they're not doing too bad in terms of technology either. Yeah, I don't know. Polynesia and Assyria. It's a strange war there. Who knows? Well, maybe, now they're moving down south. Maybe they're going for Rome. But if you don't get the Huns' help, I don't know if you can really win any wars right now, Bismarck, because a lot of the European nations have units to protect their capital. A lot of them, most of them, almost all of them, even Poland to a point, even Greece to a point. You might lose a lot of troops. The AI will lose a lot of troops if they declare this war too premature. There we go. Persia declaring war on Assyria. Oh my gosh. So Assyria is out of date here in terms of units. They're still using riflemen up against Great War Infantry, but they've got the numbers to their advantage. As well as will India join in against Assyria. India and Assyria don't like each other because I did mistake a war. They were at war with each other just not too long ago. There's probably a peace treaty still. Small peace treaty, but there's still probably a peace treaty. Oh, Rome going freedom. Interesting. But then again, Assyria does have a air force to protect themselves. Ethiopia's made a landing in the Arabian Peninsula. Will Babylon take the north and try to join in? Could be possible. I think that might happen. Again, Byzantium slowed down. Byzantium, you were the chosen one. I think Byzantium had an opportunity. I mean, right now they're obviously the stronger of ancient Rome. They're the stronger choice since Rome, again, I don't think is going to survive for that much longer. Here come the Huns. It looks like they lost at least one artillery unit, but they're about to station another one. And they have two Great War infantry. They do have two Great War infantry. I think that's it. They've got a Gatling gun coming, but that's not going to help them out too much. And again, William isn't mobilizing enough troops, I think, to Iceland. So maybe we won't see anything happen from there. Attila's plotting against Persia. We have an upcoming session. World ideology, autocracy. That will make some people change. And that will probably heavily favor William in terms of tourism. That's the thing is Germany could lose this game. Well, Germany has to go after the info addicts victory because he's not going to win the cultural victory. Not with being one of the only autocracy nations in the world. Or freedom. Is he freedom? I don't remember. But since he's not autocracy, he's not autocracy. So he's either order or freedom. I don't remember. But since he's not autocracy, he's not going to win a cultural victory. There's no way, unless he changes. His only victory opportunity would be through the info addicts victory that we talked about by 1550. By 550, by turn 550. So he's got to take units. He's got to take just sheer cities. That's what most people have to do, is just take sheer cities. Here come the Inca. They're still coming. And I think that's for Iceland. That is for sure for Iceland. There's no way they'd declare that war on someone like the Zulu. The Zulu are too powerful. So a few more wars have kind of spawned up here. How's Persia doing? Persia's capital is being attacked here. Babylon's got Babylon, even though they're behind in technology, they've got an opportunity. They can either go after Arabia, Assyria, or Persia. They all have possibilities there. France and India. Man, India, you're declaring the weirdest wars, man. Why are you doing this for? I don't know why you're doing this, but you're declaring like the weirdest, strangest of wars. Just too far away. You need to go after proximity here. Siam would be fantastic. But Siam is strong, I get that. You're probably not as strong as Siam, and you're probably setting your sights on Assyria. See, the thing about Persia, though, is this entire game, they've declared war on nations, and they go aggressive in the first few turns. Oh my gosh. How? Is that through the Air Force? The Persian capital might fall here. As well as Persia might lose a lot of units. How is that happening? Is it the Air Force? Yeah. How many Great War Bombers do you have? 4? Oh my gosh. All Great War Bombers. They don't have any fighters. They're not even trying to defend their Great War Bombers. That's insane. Shoshone plotting against Alexander. Oh my gosh. Could we see the loss of the Persian capital? There's a... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. William declared war on France. What? Oh my gosh, and we don't even know what the sneak attack was going for. We don't know what Bismarck was going for right now. Oh shoot, are we in the Second World War? Could we see that soon? It kind of seems like that. We've got a lot of wars going on, and some big ones too, some proximity wars. France and Sweden finally made peace, so France is actually going to be able to maybe reinforce from Orleans. I mean, there are only a few units here, but dang, they can focus completely on defending Paris. That will not be easy. Yes, you might take Paris, William, but you're going to lose units in the process. But this is the time for him to expand, because you only really need to worry about Germany in the east, because right now the Huns are completely preoccupied, but that will not be the case. In about 10 more turns, I think Madrid will fall. Madrid does not have very many units, and you have 2 artillery units, 2 Great War Infantry. So, I don't know. We also have the Inca moving in, more than likely for sure going to take Dublin. They're going to absolutely just blow up Dublin. Which gives a Native American the chance of legitimately launching an attack on Europe, possibly. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a bloody, bloody war. I think it could end in William's favor, but oh my goodness. Did they lose Orleans from it? No, they didn't peace out and give Sweden to Orleans. Man, I got to give it to Sweden. They tried so hard to take over. They tried so hard to take Orleans over. That was like the longest war I think I've ever seen. That was pretty intense. Persia and Assyria is still at war. They're close, but they haven't got Assyria. Remember, Assyria is the last person to turn to. Assyria is the last turn. So let's see exactly how they might, if they attack with all of their planes on the Persian capital, and then they just walk in with the Great War Infantry. Oh, they were close. They were close. Poland and Assyria have made peace. Looks like they won't make it happen. But both of these units are good. That was their only opportunity, really. Most literate people. We have the Shoshone #1, the Inca. We should have figured that because they've got the battleships. Siam, wow, William is falling. He's in second place, tied at 58. How's Bismarck? 56. I don't look any more than this, but yeah, we'll kind of scroll by. Anyways, guys, oh my goodness, Berlin is secretly plotting against Assyria. We don't know exactly who Bismarck was talking about when launching this sneak attack, but looks like he's building up more units, and this is going to be a bloody, bloody war from William to Napoleon. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.